We're now at the southern end of South Milton Sand by the cliffs. Behind me there is an excellent example of what the geologists call a fault. Faults are due to either compressive or tensional features in the earth. And you can actually see that it's eaten away. There is a gully forming. It may eventually go into a cave. Faults are joints in the rock where if it's tensional, one side will slip down in relation to the other where it is pulled apart, or if the compressional, one side will go up in relation to the other because of compressive forces. Because of what I know about the geology of this area, it's almost certainly due to compressive forces. So I imagine that what we've got here is that this rock has been pushed over that one. Now we can tell it's a fault because the rocks on either side, although they are both Devonian slates, about 400 million years old, they're quite different. The rocks on the left have a cleavage, that is the way they split, which is going into the hill at about an angle of about 60 degrees. And they're sort of dark grey in colour. The ones on the left are sort of grey and red streaked, and they've got an almost vertical cleavage, so there's quite clearly a difference. And the actual boundary is along where I am now, looking into there. And you can actually see an area probably about 1 metre to 2 metres wide of black material down there, and that black material is where the rock has been ground as it's gone up, and it's sort of fairly crunched up in there, and it's much softer. Hence the sea has actually taken the opportunity to erode that. In addition to that, the trend is this way, more or less where my arms are now, and it's no coincidence that the cliffs are also trending this way. So the actual fault that is coming in from behind me and going along here is almost certainly determining this angle in the cliffs. Let's just look at these again in a little bit more close up. These are the reddish coloured slates, even though they're more or less the same age, Lower Devonian as these, with the vertical cleavage. And the ones on the left here are the grey coloured ones, and you can see they're quite different. And these also have veins of this white mineral, which we've come across before, called quartz in them. There is no quartz in this bit, so they're quite clearly different. And you can actually see where one has gone above the other here. And the black material at the back, I'm just going to have a closer look at. The grey stuff that's in there is virtually just ground to a clay-sized particle. It's really quite soft. You could pick it out with your fingers. Right, and hence the reason why the sea has taken sort of this piece out.